traders, Raghee here, and the question that I'm asking myself and the question that I get asked the most is, let's get right to the point, is this the dip that we want to buy? And the simple answer is yes. And the slightly longer answer is, what is the timing and what is the volume? So I'm gonna introduce a couple things that I'm looking at right now. Maybe you've not seen me use this before. The first tool we're on Thinkorswim is the wave, right? If there is a regression to the mean, right, I like to use the 34 EMA on the high, the close, and the low. And that is the green, the blue, and the red moving average on my chart. That's my mean. That's my regression to the mean. And we're here. We're in the aggro, the top layer, but we're here. All right. We're here on the S&P. We're here on XLK. I'm very excited about XLY. There's a lot to like about where we are on Apple right now, and even Amazon, right? So if you're looking at, okay, Rog, what are you looking at beyond the indices? This is where it's mapping out. So I'm stoked. I'm very excited, gang. The other thing is volume, right? And as we go into September, one of the things that I'm going to be looking a lot closer at, because we're coming out of the sort of low volume doldrums of summer, is the next thing I'm going to be looking at is, where is the opinion, right? Now, volume is a very simple concept. It's one of the four factors that moves the market: price, volume, time, volatility, right? Most traders just look at price. They don't see what's underneath it, what time of day, what time of month. Where is the volume? What's the volatility? And finally, what kind of economic events are we dealing with? That last one, the hot zones, a scheduled high impact, high volatility event, that's what we have on Friday at 10 a.m. So the timing's tricky. We're going to be subjected to the volatility of Powell. But if we've sold off, now think about this, gang. If we've sold off in front of Powell, we're factoring in things that he will say that are likely hawkish. So if we've already sold off and we stabilize between Wednesday, Thursday, unless he sounds already more hawkish than maybe a rate hike in February of 2023, we've priced that in to a certain degree. We're already starting to think, well, what if we get the hike in December and then we get the hike early next year? If it doesn't look that way, the markets head higher. If he is suggesting maybe a February rate hike, the markets might sell off for a moment and stabilize because we're already discounting that. You might say, okay, Rog, how do you know we're already discounting that? Well, let me show you. This is the target rate probabilities. This is what I showed you all back on the 7th of July to say, hey, gang, the beginning of the chop, the end of the downtrend, which is not to say uptrend, right? The end of the downtrend is in sight. We said that back in the beginning of July based on macroeconomic trends. Well, let's go right back to those macroeconomic trends. This is February. The column that folks who are saying the sky is falling, and there are plenty of them, this is the column that they need to see move higher. All right. So if you are one of those folks and say, well, Rog, I get it. You're bullish, but I'm bearish. How do I measure that? February 375 to 400 column must get taller than the 350 to 375. It's just that easy. If you're a bull like me, you want to be a buyer, you're buying this dip, and that's what I'm in the process of doing this week. We need to see this column remain the tallest column and preferably get taller, while this one shrinks, and maybe even the 325 to 350 gets taller. That would be ideal for bullishness. That's it. That's it. Those are the two ways we measure what we are expecting going into Jackson Hole and then how we are digesting the Jackson Hole event. Now, volume. Gang, it is really important to mention that price alone is not going to tell the whole story. A lot of you know that I look at what I call sub-market sonar, what's happening below the surface. And the analogy I love is this. This is the analogy. This is price. It's valuable, it's visible. This is volume, but not just volume. This is also volatility. And it's not just volatility. This is also time. There's 4 factors, gang. 3 of them are below the surface. One of them is the one that most traders are watching, just this one. So keep in mind that there's a lot of reasons the market could move, and that whatever we think is on the surface, there's a lot more going on underneath that, volume being one of them. We are at the point of control, the most amount of volume for this year. You think some folks have dug their heels in here? You think there's a lot of opinion? We talk about defending levels and where big money and every... Gang, if you want to decode that, look at volume, right? Look at a volume profile. And there's a lot of ways to read this. Just like any kind of other chart analysis, there is a way to look at volume profile within the context of a trend and everything else, how it's anchored, etc. But this is a really basic look at point of control, a basic element of volume profile and where we sit. This is the S&P 500. Here's the NASDAQ. Right? Now, NASDAQ, we're way below that point of control. Notice I'm not saying let's jump into NASDAQ. If anything, XLK maybe, but look at the point of control in XLK. Look at the point of control in XLY. Here's Apple. So we have some problems with tech. But take a look at, for example, financials. When you take a look at that SPY or that S&P, I like the look of this thing. This is a very interesting chart to me. It's unlike the others right now. And if S&P can hold, there's 3 sectors that are going to move with it. I'll dive into those sectors as well as the setups in the premium video, but let me leave you with this. XLK, XLF, XLV. All right? Okay, gang. Very exciting times. I'm really looking forward to trading through September with you all. Thanks as always for watching the free videos. Hope it moves a needle for you. That's why we do it. And if you have any questions, okay, Rog, that was pretty quick. I didn't understand this part, or what about this symbol? Type it below. I always check the comments, gang. A lot of you know I always answer, and I will see. When I see them, I do answer. So I'll see you all in the next update. Thanks as always for watching. Thanks as always for smashing that like button. I'll see you in Charts and Coffee tomorrow at 9 a.m. Hey traders, Raghee from Simpler Trading. Thank you so much for watching this video. Be sure to leave a like and a comment below. And remember, subscribe and click the bell icon so you'll get notified of the next update. And when you're ready to join me for live trading, be sure to head on over to simplertrading.com. I'll see you in the next update.